setup. Oh, no pressure, but I'm hoping that this one gives me a bit of a boost because, oh good lord, I need it. I really, really, really do. This is my get myself out of a planner funk planner. So the aim of this one is to be as useful as possible and to give me a bit of a pickup when I open it. You want to see? Do you want to see it? I'm so excited. Oh, here we go. Right then, this is the spring one. So many colours. Oh, going heavy with the spring theme. Can you tell? Right then, I'm going to talk you through. So a bit of context then. If you haven't watched the video before this, which was my review of Pocket Size, I'm moving from a very neutral, very small pocket planner that was crammed with everything, and with this one what I wanted to do was to focus more on how am I feeling as well as what I'm doing. And I've just been suffering with an almighty case of burnout and just being exhausted. If there are any other working mums out there with small kids who they're homeschooling and, you know, generally being quarantined with, you know. It's been a thing. So the schools in the UK, if you're not in the UK, have pretty much just opened. We're in our, oh God, I think it's second week. It seems to be second day, but I think it's the second week. And I'm starting to feel human again. Just starting to. My little girl is 5, bless her. So she loves being at home. Like, she's adorable, but oh my God, I'm so tired. So this is my, let's get back to normal. Let's just start enjoying a bit of colour and start actually doing some planning rather than just sleeping. Right then, here we go. So I'm going to take you through the inserts first of all. In fact, no, scratch that. First of all, I'm going to tell you what planner this is because, can you see? I splashed out. I've got the fancy kind. It's a Spek, and I've used Speks before. The one that is closest to this one would be my A6 that I used last year. My A6 was a Spek in the Poussiere colourway, and it was just the standard one, and I loved it. I'm not sure what it is about that planner that I just really loved so much, whether it was the colour of the planner itself versus the theme inside, or the size. I don't know, but I thought I'd have another shot at this colour and this brand. Now, this is a non-custom one, so you get, as part of the regular off-the-shelf version, you get the front pocket, you get the zipper, you get the secretarial flap, you get in the back a pocket here, loads of card pockets there, and you also get by default the big back pocket. You can change the ring size. I've gone for the 30mm because I like to hold loads in here, and it holds lots and it doesn't have that stuffed feel. Like, it's not bursting out, even though it does hold a lot. So it comes without any kind of stiffener in it, so it is quite floppy. That I quite like. It kind of makes it like it's squishy and huggable. The layout itself is very, very similar to Moterm. So if you're coming from Moterm and like the things like the zipper, the pocket, the cards, the big back pocket, then this will be very, very familiar to you. This is more money, not gonna lie, this was pricey. It's really gorgeous quality though. You really can't fault the quality of it. It's so good. I get the feeling that this is the sort of thing that's going to age well, that if I want to sell it at some point, I think it will sell really well. They tend to be quite good quality, desirable planners. I like that. And if you wanted to go a little bit more and start customizing, the nice thing is with Spek is that you can add so many different features. You can pretty much like tell them exactly what your ideal planner should look like and they'll make it for you. That does cost quite a bit more. I've done that before with the B6. That was my autumn setup last year, and I might do it again for my summer setup. I don't know yet. Anyway, but yeah, this is the bog standard one and it's great. Here we go then. So in my inserts, in my inbox, I've kept it fairly similar to last time. I've got all of my new inserts I've been adding to the shop. I've taken off pretty much everything that I had insert wise in the shop, and I'm going through and improving them and tweaking them and hopefully getting everything on there in all sizes, and eventually as well hopefully everything in printable format too. So that's my big project. So I'm using just the standard off the shelf shop ones at the moment for most of this. So I've got my inbox stuff, which I've always had before. I'm optimistically adding a page for appointments because I'm hoping to be able to leave the house soon and, oh, I don't know, get my hair cut because it's been such a long time. Oh, how long has it been? I think my last haircut was like in September, and it's nearly April. That's terrifying. I need help. I need an intervention. And I've got my add to planner pages as well. I find this is really handy because if you're out and about scribbling or just like having a quick like, oh, I just must make a note of that thing, instead of taking the time to find the right page, this is a really useful way to just have it, know that you've captured whatever it is, and then you can just transfer it later in like a really unstructured kind of way. I've also got an order tracker because I'm just such a bad online orderer, and I tend to order stuff late at night and then like a week later think, oh, when did I order that? So I really need to keep track of those. And I've got, as well as that, an online refund tracker because I don't always make the best choices. So here we go. And in here then I've separated it out. In my last planner, I had the daily inserts in the inbox section. Now I've just got a whole section full of them because I think I do actually quite like using my dailies. I tend to kind of flip-flop backwards and forwards. Do I like dailies? Do I not like dailies? No more dailies. All of the dailies. So this time I'm going for all of the dailies. I've got my custom task card on here as well. That's not changed much other than the design. I find that works really well. And my daily planner, as you can see, I quite like it to be structured. I like my daily planner to help me visualize my day. And also I like it to remind me of the stuff I need to be doing. Even things like having a water tracker on there. It's like, do you know that you have got to drink something other than coffee and the occasional glass of wine, don't you? So this I'm hoping will be really useful for that. Also as well, I'm building in gratitude on here too, just to help me feel a bit more positive about everything. And in here, I hope that it's just going to help me kickstart my day a little bit. That's the goal anyway. So I have a general plan section, and if you've watched any of my much earlier videos, you might remember I used to have like a daily, weekly, monthly structure, but in my last planner I had everything together. So I had a few months and then the weeks interspersed between that. I actually really like doing that, so I'm going to have the same thing again. So this is a little bit similar to the last one. I haven't got my pages snipped in here because this is a nice size to write in. I can write on both sides of the page like a real person. This is great in this size. So I'm going to leave it as it is, being standard non-stipped inserts. But I've got my month overview again, which I think I'll use mainly for using some dot stickers with, writing down my just real important dates so they stand out, and then writing down as well the kind of like the essential things I need to do all the time. And then what I've got here, this is my kind of mini dashboardy bit. So I've snipped this. All I've got on here is a card holder, task card, and a couple of stickies just in case I need to use them. But it's also going to function a little bit like a bookmark. So I've got as much space as I possibly can have on here for details of things like times of appointments, that kind of thing. And then after that, I've got my balance stuff. So again, I'm stealing what I had from my previous planner, and I'm going to be focusing on what do I need to do to feel really good this month. What do I need to work on? Do I need to work on not working so much? Do I need to work on actually speaking to people that I don't live with a little bit more? All of that kind of stuff. And then I've built in a little bit more focus for the week ahead this time as well. So what I'm going to be doing is thinking about, right, if there's one thing I just want to think about all week, What is it? Is it getting some exercise? Is it eating well? Is it having like, you know, a regular bedtime, all that kind of thing? And a mini goal for the week, and then just take some time to think and write down, what do I need to do at the start of the week to help me do that? Then after that, I want to think about what projects I'm working on, because I always like to have something ticking over, and the little bit I need to work on next, and then my weekly tasks here rather than on my actual weekly spread. And then I've got my weekly reset page, which is going to help me think about what I've got to kind of like to manage with, what's going to be thrown at me in the week, what's going to make it easier, and what I can do at the start of the week to give myself a bit of a flying start. So that's quite a lot, isn't it? I've got 1, 2, 3 pages here of thinking and reflecting before the week. So I'm hoping that that's going to make me just stop on a Sunday, maybe want to plan out my week ahead and just really think about what I need to do, rather than just go in autopilot and just be really exhausted by the end of the week because I haven't thought about what I really need to do, because I really am trying to get myself out of this burnout hole that I think I've been in for a really, really, really long time. Ugh. So here we are then. This is the main weekly overview. I've got myself a really cute little Starbucks bookmark this time. Quite enjoyed making those. So I've got a very similar dashboard again to before. This time I've just got my weekly one, and over the week I've got 4 main sections. So I'll just put this out for a minute actually. So I've got what my plans are, what I'm going to do every day for self-care, whether it's just like have an early night or have an indulgent hour on Animal Crossing. Have I got any other Animal Crossing geeks out there? Oh my god. So also I've got my must get done, I've got what I'm going to be eating, and I don't have big areas for what are my movements throughout the day, what am I going to be like making sure that my tasks are and all that kind of stuff. I don't want that. I want really a very, very distilled, all right, come on, let's just focus on the absolute bare minimum. Let's not be super, super productive. Let's just coast along, feeling all right. So I've got a little space for my notes, and I really liked having my habit tracking in the week as well, just so I could think about things that I wanted to try and do. So that was quite nice. And then the last bit I've got is my reflection page. So what worked, what didn't work, and then the bit here that you might remember from before. So what am I thinking about? So at the end of the week, you know, you get that stuff hanging over you, or maybe you're ruminating on something that you possibly shouldn't be, or you haven't done something and you need to do it, or there's just something niggling. This is the space to just write it down, almost like a really kind of just distilled journal entry, you know, like what's on your mind, and then, okay, are you going to fix it, plan it, or just let it go? Literally just write it down, tick it off, and either build it into next week or just move on. And there we go. And we start off a whole new week. So I've got, I just realised that is in the wrong place. Oh, I wanted to have a bit of vellum between all of my weeks, but I'll do that a bit later on and just put this bookmark back. And then I'll show you the next sections. So I've got a few months worth in here so far. I don't have very much. I actually had a lot more, but I took some out because it was getting a little bit too crammed. And the goal of this one, I think, isn't to be massively, massively crammed full of stuff. It's to be really, really functional, and I'll keep all of my spares and I'll just take bits out and add bits when I need to. So, okay, here we go. Personal section. So I'm trying something new with this one. I've got some bottom tabs. These are actually stickers. Let me see. Fish them out. So I wanted to get some temporary dividers, and I didn't want to use my clear dividers. I wanted to experiment a little bit with just having little stickers that I could just really easily just get rid of, you know, like kind of get thrown away when the page gets thrown away, because I quite liked having sections for my notes or sections in bigger sections, so I could just flick the things really, really easily without just having bookmarks. So I'm going to go through them. These aren't all set up just yet, as you can see. I've got some more sections to do, but I'll do those later. So I'll just take you through what I've got, because I've actually got stuff in here this time. I'm so proud of myself. I've got to make sure I actually fill it in. So let's not get too carried away, but I've actually done stuff, right? So I've got my Get Back on Track card like I had before. Different design, same thing. And this one, oh, I'm excited about this one. Can you see that? Okay, can I hold it up a little bit? So this is my monthly lifestyle tracker. Now, the idea with this is that I like the idea of tracking habits, but I do think that tracking your lifestyle is a little bit different. You know, because if you want to keep an eye on how well you're eating or how much you're sleeping or all that kind of stuff, that's not a habit, is it really? You know, like it's not a case of have I done this today necessarily. And with things like this, I wanted to be able to track maybe how much sleep I get against how much energy I've got during the day, or how well I'm eating against how many migraines I get, that kind of thing. So the idea is that I write down a whole load of things here, and then every day, so this goes up to 31, every day I plot myself a score so I can literally graph it, so I can see if I've got any dips in energy or mood, what that corresponds with. I don't know if that makes much sense, but I'll show you later. I think there's going to be like a different video dedicated to that at some point, but I'm looking forward to that one anyway. Then I've got a project section. So in the project section, again, it is the same as before. Obviously a lot more blank than before, but the same as before. These are just my regular project planner inserts. If I needed any more space, I'm literally just going to add some note paper or a sheet of like task printouts or anything just in between to give me a bit more room to think. But I think that works fine as it is. And then I've got after that, let's have lots of those because I use those a lot. I've got a gratitude section. So in my gratitude section, I've got a weekly overview, and I'm thinking that this has got a little bit more space so I can do some doodles or use some stickers or all of that kind of stuff, and basically take more time to just think about the good stuff in life and the little things that make all the difference. I don't think planning for me should be all about productivity and goal setting. I think it's a chance to reflect and to just enjoy stuff, and just to take some time at my desk and just, you know, put some music on, have a drink, get coloured pens out and just think, do you know what, I'm going to have an indulgent half an hour. I'm just going to just write bits and colour and stick and you know, just enjoy it really. So I'm hoping that this allows me to do that. It's very unstructured, so I'm hoping that that lends itself to that kind of thing. And I've built in a highlight for the week, and I think what's important as well is, and I'm excited about, if ever I have a period where I'm just really not feeling it at all, like I always force myself when I go to bed, all right, 3 things that are going to be okay about tomorrow, you know, like my morning coffee, using my new planner, going back to bed, you know, that kind of thing. But I'm going to be thinking about, okay, what am I looking forward to? Because I think anticipation is half of the enjoyment really, or possibly more, depending on what we're talking about. So I've got that section there, and I've run out of labels. I'll add those later. But I've then got the section that is my wish list. Because someone cannot separate wanting things and buying them very easily, hence my online refund tracker and order tracker. So I'm going to try writing down things that I want instead of impulse buying and see if that generally helps. And I've got a section here for my food log. Because I need to eat better. Do you ever get into that kind of state? Is it just me where you just zonked after a day at work and it's just like, oh my God, I could cook something delicious and healthy, or I could just grab a pizza. So I'm going to be each day writing down not what I've had to eat, but how I feel about what I've had to eat, you know, like had a pizza, felt dirty after kind of thing, you know, or like had a great day today, ate wonderfully and now I feel smug. You know, I want to have that kind of food tracking, and I want to have a space to think about my food goals for the week, you know, so don't eat junk for the week, and then making it easier, like a bit to just think about how I can actually achieve that. Okay, do I need to start prepping food early in the day, so I'm committed for when I finish work. So it's not a structured food log. It's not a structured breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, or points, or tracking, or whatever. But I'm hoping that this suits me. You know, like if I just had one of those moods where you just think, do you know what, sod it, I'm just going to do that. You know, everything goes out of the window and you can feel yourself making a bad decision. It's what causes that, I think, that's interesting. What gets you into that headspace. If there's some sort of trigger that you can identify, I think you'd need this kind of unstructured space to allow you to kind of uncover that kind of thing. So I hope this will be good. And then I've got future adventures, because I'm really hoping that we're going to be properly out of lockdown soon. And oh, I just love to go somewhere. We've got a motorhome and I would just love to go somewhere in it and just spend the night somewhere, or go on a day trip. We live really close to Stratford upon Avon, like Shakespeare country for those in the States. There's so many nice things to do and I want to go and do them, but instead of just thinking and just feeling sad about everything, I'm just going to start writing it down and write where I want to go, whether it's like a couple of hours or a couple of days or whatever, whether it's free or cost an arm and a leg, and tick off when I've done it optimistically. And look how many sheets I've given myself, as if I'm going to pick all of those places. Anyway. And then I've got my notes, just boring as anything notes, because I do like having a good old scribble in these things. So then towards the back, I've got my archive, which is if I want to take pages out and have them out of the way. Like I might not want all of March's stuff or all of April stuff when we're past it. Daily planning, projects that I've completed, I whack them in here. I normally as well in the archive have spares for things. But actually, I don't think I'm going to have spares at the moment because I think I'm pretty well stocked up. So at the moment, that's blank. I've got a spare dashboard as well. And I've got my page lifter at the end. These have been so popular in the shop. Oh my goodness. If you don't know what a page lifter is, I will explain again. They kind of make it so that when you close your planner, can you see how your back pages don't get stuck around the rings at the back? Oh, for the longest time, I was just wondering how on earth you use a ring planner without getting all of your pages all like curled and bent around the back. This is how. I tend to use mine these days as an extra space to just stick stuff to. So spare page flags. I've got icon stickers in here, an extra pen loop because I've got 2 mild liners and also my actual pen, and only 2 pen loops otherwise. And then got a little card holder here with my term dates, so I don't forget that it's holiday. Just like parents out there, do you ever get that dread that you're going to send your child to school in the morning and it's going to be closed because it's holiday? Or something like that. Oh, biggest fear. So I've got my term dates on there, and I've got some spare paper because I like, again, having bits of paper in there just to scribble stuff down on and clip. And a pocket at the back for God knows what. I don't know, I thought it looked cute. And then we come to the deco part of it. So I've got here then, nothing at the back under here, but I have got these new little bits. I quite like having scraps of paper to just write down things that I just need to really draw attention to. And instead of labeling it with important or today or remember, I thought I would have those different headings on these little cards. And they are card rather than paper, so they should hold up quite well. So I've got some for important, some for today with some little pretty coloured cards. I just love this bicycle theme. Oh. And the front as well, I've got a reminders one. I've also got as well a calendar card, and I've got a load of washi tape, which I think, to be fair, does look like quite a good backdrop, because the thing that I'm not so keen on with this layout is they're very plain on the front with these Van de Spek off the shelf ones, but it does give you the scope to add a lot of stuff to them if you're crafty about it. And as usual, in my zipper pocket, I've got so many really cute little stickers. I am so excited because I've got, can you see this? I've got the cutest little cat stickers. Hang on, if I turn that over. Oh! Yeah, I appreciate that some of you are like, nah, I'm not into stickers, but oh my god, that makes me so happy. Look, it's so cute. Can you see that? Oh. So I'm really, really, really looking forward to that. Probably more than I should. But there you go. So I have lots of cute stickers. They are all picked out. They all match. They all look nice and springy. Anything to make it so I'm more likely to start using this and start doing the bits that I feel are quite therapeutic. You know, that kind of colouring, doodling, making it look pretty side. I think at heart I am a very functional planner. I do like using it to mainly just write stuff. Like my weeks, when I'm in the middle of them, do tend to look quite boring and full and scribbly, but I like to mix on a little bit of pretty stuff too. Anyway, that's me. So I would love to know what you think of this setup. Is it too pink for you? I keep saying I'm not a pink person, but it's pretty pink, isn't it, to be fair? But I like that this time around. I'm going for it. And yeah, if you are part of the Van de Spek fan club out there and you're hearing this and going, yes, they're so nice, tell me. And if you have any ideas for how to finally fill stuff in any kind of personal section, because I'm determined to do it this time, then again, comment down below. I've got to spend like a good half an hour just going through and replying to a load of comments because I'm terrible at checking them. So I will reply, I promise. I'm just a bit rubbish at that. But anyway, oh, this is such a rambly video today. I'm really sorry. For those of you that never stick along to the end and today you did, I'm really sorry. This is not typical. I'm just a bit rambly today. Anyway, thank you very much. I hope you will join me for my next video. I'll see you later. Bye bye.